Wisdom for sale. Prince Radziwill once paid a visit to Chelm. The people of Chelm welcomed him as an honored guest. Since the prince arrived during the Hanukkah season, they invited him to attend the lighting of the hay-fork menorah in the Grand Synagogue. They let the prince examine the magic spoon and demonstrated how to make latkes from nothing. They presented him with a silver dreidel of the kind made only in Chelm. The prince could not stop laughing. He laughed so hard his grooms had to help him into the carriage. Just before leaving, he leaned out the window and said to the people of Chelm, "Thank you for the wonderful time. I can't remember when I laughed so hard. A hay-fork menorah, latkes made from nothing, a dreidel without any letters. You are the funniest people I ever met. What they say about Chelm is true. You are absolute fools." The people of Chelm were shocked. "Did you hear what the prince called us?" Beryl Dunn said. "Absolute fools." The words brought tears to Fievel Bonehead's eyes. "The prince is a clever man. He must know what he's talking about," said Simple Common. "If he says we're fools, maybe it's so." "I've heard other people say that," said Esther Goose. "I never believed it before. I thought they were jealous. Now I'm not so sure." "Don't be discouraged," the rabbi said. "It is true that God has made some people less clever than others, but that does not mean they're fools. According to our great teacher, Rabbi Azariah of Chelm, the difference between a fool and a wise man is that the wise person always seeks wisdom, while the fool rests content in his ignorance. Therefore, if we seek to become wiser than we are, we cannot possibly be fools." "How can we possibly be wiser than we already are?" asked Simon Goose. "Where is more wisdom to be found?" "Think," said Bunam Ox. "Prince Radziwill is a clever man. Where did he get his wisdom? Where do all the great families in our country send their sons to get wisdom?" "Where?" everybody asked. "To the great University of Krakow. The most prominent people in the land send their children there. Look at any great man in this country and see if you will find that he is a graduate of the University of Krakow." "This university must be full of wisdom. It must be good wisdom if the rich are buying it," said Motkafool. "Maybe we can buy some too," said Beryl Dunce. "I don't know," said Simple Common. "This wisdom probably costs a great deal of money. Only the rich can afford it." "We have 30,000 zlotys in the town treasury," said Fievel Bonehead. "Surely we can afford to buy some wisdom. Besides, the children of the rich are absolute fools. We've all seen them, racing their horses over the countryside, drinking and gambling like wild men. It must require a lot of wisdom to turn them into sensible human beings. We won't need as much. We're already wise. We just want to become a little wiser, that's all." "I have an idea," said Motkafool. "Why don't we send a delegation to the University of Krakow to buy a sample of wisdom? We'll examine it, and if we like it, we'll buy more." The people of Chelm decided that that was a good idea. They voted to send Beryl Dunce and Fievel Bonehead to Krakow with 400 zlotys from the town treasury to purchase a sample of wisdom. Krakow is nearly 300 miles from Chelm. It took Beryl and Fievel 2 weeks to get there. When they arrived, they asked two young gentlemen how to get to the University of Krakow. As luck would have it, these two young gentlemen were students at the university. "Are you going to enroll in one of the colleges?" they asked. "No," said Beryl, "we don't have time for that. Back in Chelm, we heard that the university offers the finest wisdom in Europe, and we came to buy a sample. If it's as good as everyone says, we'll come back for more." The two students winked at each other. They had heard about the people from Chelm. Wisdom doesn't come cheap, especially not in Krakow, they told Beryl and Fievel. Our wisdom is the best. That's why it's so expensive. How much does it cost? Fievel asked. How much do you have? 400 zlotys. That won't buy much, but it should get you a small sample. That's all we want, said Beryl. Don't go away. We'll be right back. While Beryl and Fievel waited, the students ran around the corner to a nearby stable. They caught a horsefly and put it in a matchbox, and they tied the matchbox tightly with string and sealed the knot with sealing wax. Here's your wisdom, they told Beryl and Fievel when they returned. Is that all? 400 zloty certainly doesn't buy much, Fievel said as he counted out the money. Trust me, you won't be disappointed, the first student replied. Don't open the box till you get to Chelm, the second student added. Beryl and Fievel promised not to look. They took the matchbox and started home. This must be good wisdom, Beryl said to Fievel as they walked on. Listen, I can hear it buzzing. It's the same sound our rabbi makes when he studies the holy books. You know how wise he is. Fievel held the matchbox to his ear. You're right, I can hear it. I wonder what this Krakow wisdom looks like. We promised not to open the box until we got to home, Beryl reminded him. What's the harm? A little peek can't hurt. Fievel broke the seal and unwound the string. He pushed open the matchbox. The horsefly flew out. It stung Fievel between the eyes. Oh! Yelled Fievel. He smacked his head. That was the end of the horsefly, along with 400 zlotys worth of wisdom. Now you've done it, you've smashed our wisdom, said Beryl. Very strange, said Fievel. The wisdom of Krakow resembles a squashed horsefly. I never thought horseflies were particularly clever creatures. We have plenty of them in Chelm. Maybe the ones in Krakow are different. We'll never know now, said Beryl. Our wisdom is gone. No, it isn't, said Fievel. I think some of it got into my head. I feel myself getting smarter. You're right, said Beryl. I can see your brain swelling. He pointed to the lump on Fievel's head where the horsefly stung him. What are you thinking now with your new wisdom? I'm thinking we should have listened to that student in Krakow when he warned us not to look into the matchbox. Well, what's gone is gone and nothing will bring it back, but we did learn something. The wisdom of Krakow is definitely worth the money. I think we should buy more. Beryl agreed. When the two returned to Chelm, they explained to their neighbors that the wisdom of Krakow was so superior that it required a great deal of wisdom just to carry it from one place to the other. If that's true, we definitely need some of that wisdom here, said Motka Fool, and he counted out 800 zlotys from the town treasury and handed it to Fievel. Go back to Krakow and buy more wisdom. Get twice as much this time. Beryl and Fievel returned to Krakow. They stopped at a tavern where they encountered the same two students they had met before. Did you like the wisdom? The students asked. We did, said Beryl. We want to buy twice as much this time. 800 zlotys worth. The students' eyes opened wide when they saw the money. We'll get some wisdom for you, the very best. The students caught a mouse and put it in a box with some grain and wool soaked with water. They tied the box with string and sealed it with sealing wax. Then they went back to the tavern. Here's your wisdom, they told Beryl and Fievel. Beryl counted out the money while Fievel held the box to his ear. This must be good wisdom, he said. It squeaks like the door to the rabbi's library. You know how much wisdom that library contains. Remember, don't open the box until you get to Chelm, the students told him. You don't have to remind me. I know that, said Fievel, tapping his head. I'm smarter now. Beryl and Fievel brought the box back to Chelm. Everyone gathered in the town hall to have a look at this new wisdom. Beryl broke the seal. Fievel unwound the string. They handed the box to Motka the Fool, who opened it.